I'm convinced that I can fix it. This is looking so sick. If I can repair these, I will save a ton of money. But I'm convinced that I can fix these. I can fix these. See, I'm thinking that we can save this by refiberglassing it, heat this up. There's some type of glue that's in here that'll separate this. And then this is obviously bent. So that's why it is causing it to bow. Let's take this off from here. Another crazy idea I have is I do have the stuff to do carbon fiber. Never made carbon fiber, but it would be really cool to try it. So split right at the seam. I mean, the only thing we could do is try, see if we can get a win. If not, remember, we can always buy them. We're just trying to save money. So I'm thinking that let's try to save these things.
Whoa, 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 clear out the room, I'm coming through. They wanna see what I'm about. Yeah, I got skills, do it for the thrill. I'm on a paper route. Extra, read about it. I'm today's trying to top it. I put commas over bullshit. Yeah, I put that on mamas. They trying to block all my blessings. They thought I lost.
Okay, now I have this all grinded down and kind of sanded up. I'm gonna refiberglass all this. So there's some kind of coating and you can kind of see it right in here. But yeah, it got really sticky. In this part, I'm not gonna be able to fix just yet because I gotta let that set, and then I think I'm gonna have to heat and flex this. So now we sit and we wait for that to dry. If you guys see, unfortunately, I don't think I mixed this up right, and I don't think that I sanded back far enough. So there is like this tape that is on here too. And I don't think that it just sealed right. So I'm gonna have to grind this all out and redo it. And there's a big crack right here that I went ahead and zip tied, but for now we're gonna clean this all up and give it a second chance. Okay, so now the panel is clean. We got some scuffs in there. It's looking pretty good. I cleaned it up really good and I kind of angled it because I'm hoping that the resin will run in here. And I'm also gonna try some of this matte resin. I think that's gonna help out a lot. I don't know if this is gonna work. Probably not. One of you guys in the comments can tell me if I'm completely just, you know, not doing this at all correctly, because I don't really mess with fiberglass that much, but let's start fiberglassing. Let's mix up some resin and start fiberglassing. So now I'm gonna wait for this to set up. I'm gonna give it another 24 hours. Okay, so it looks like that this held and it is extremely solid. That is not gonna go anywhere, which is completely and totally awesome. So I think this is gonna work. So now I can take and, well, I should kind of clean this up a little bit in here because that shouldn't be like that. And then I can take and kind of start molding and working this. this piece attached. We have this looking good. Now we have to fix all this in here and make it look good. And I'm gonna run a piece across here so that that's good. But I mean, so far it's working out. This is just a very slow process. There's just a lot of steps involved, and then you gotta wait for it to cure. So I'm gonna clean that up a little bit more. Okay, so I filled in this right here using tape. It's not the best. I'm gonna make it look a little bit better, but I'm gonna use that so that I can take in form and put fiberglass in there to actually make the piece for this. Then this, I'm gonna have to fiberglass to here and then kinda tweak it down back to this. I don't know, it's not gonna hold, so I might have to fiberglass this up to here and then work on it. Now, passenger side fender isn't nearly as bad as what the other fender was. We got a crack here, and crack here. Pretty easy, but there's also PPF. Thank God for PPF, because it did hold it. So I'm gonna remove the PPF, and then we can get to work onto that. Okay, so this looks all good. I already trimmed up everything. Now we can clean it up, throw some body filler on it, make it look pretty. Sick, dude. Well, by now you guys are probably wondering, why am I doing all this work on these really bad, busted ass fender? Finally cracked. Actually, they're pretty good now. But the reason why is, let me show you. Let me go get it. $1,000 a piece saved. Pretty good. I'm gonna say that that's good. Oh, what's this? This is a roll of carbon fiber. So I bought this about 3 years ago because I was gonna make my own carbon fiber side skirts for my GTR. Well, I ended up buying some, so I guess why not put it on the belt? I'm gonna start with the one with the most work, because if it doesn't work on this one, then there's no point in continuing. I'm gonna get to sanding this with some 120 grit, getting all the shine off from it, and then we can start wrapping this thing in carbon fiber. Okay, so this is completely sanded. It's wax and tire removed. Now it's time to mix up the base coat. I'm so pumped for this. Like, this is gonna be the coolest thing ever, I think, on this car. And this is gonna be sick, and I hope that you guys like it. So if you like it, please hit that like button. Like, this is gonna be absolutely sick. I really don't like this edge. I don't like the way it looks. I'm gonna resand that. So now we wait for 2 hours. So I guess the waiting begins. All right, we're gonna let this sit, wait for it to get tacky. It's exactly the tack that you want. So it might not be 100% the best. I did have a little bit, as you see from when I was laying this, it kind of stuck a little bit different than what I thought it was gonna be. I thought that it being tacky, that you're gonna be able to kind of lift it just slightly, but when it went down, it was stuck, like really stuck. Now, even though it doesn't look the best, it in my opinion, I learned a lot. I think this is awesome. Yeah, I think that there's just gonna be a little more practice. It's kind of like the first time, if you ever wrapped a car, being the first time, I wouldn't say it's the worst. It's not the best, but that's okay. We're learning here. We're learning some new things, and I could have just dropped $1,000, but it's not carbon fiber. And honestly, I think this looks better than what the other fender is gonna look like. Who knows? It might even look pretty damn good once we get done clearing it and everything, even though if there is imperfections in it. But I must say, it does look sick. Now that we got the carbon fiber all laid out, now we gotta throw on our first coat of resin onto this thing. So I'm gonna mix up some resin, throw it on here, and then we have to let it sit for 8 hours. So pretty much it'll probably be a couple days, or actually the next video when I show you this. Yeah, I'll probably show you this video. So as you've seen, I just hit it with the hairdryer. It's hard to tell. I don't think you can see it on camera because I already took care of all of it. But there's these little micro bubbles that happen in here. And the heat gun just kinda helps get rid of those so you don't end up with little pinholes. So that is one trick that I did see online that you should do. Yeah, so I did that. Now, 8 hours sitting. But it's looking freaking sick. Even with the imperfections, I think it looks pretty sick. Okay, so it has been over 8 hours and this thing is looking absolutely sick. I did take it out, look at it outside when it was sunny outside, and I mean, like, we knew the imperfections in here, but I'm hoping that when I sand it and put on more layers, it's gonna look a lot better, because right now it looks like kind of not the best, but that's all right. I'm not too upset. You know, first time, first experience, so, but for now, I'm gonna trim out all these pieces right here to clean this up because that is something that has to be done. So I'm gonna trim all these out and make it look somewhat better. So let's get to trimming this out. Well, there you have it. It is trimmed out. It is not trimmed out 100%, but it is definitely much better. I'm gonna go around it and I'm gonna end up sanding it, but that's probably gonna be in the next video because I ordered carbon fiber for that. And this is gonna take 3 coats that you're gonna have to sit here, wait for, and then unfortunately I have to get back to work tomorrow, so won't be able to do that, but I will be able to sand it in between the week. And then probably in the next video, you'll see I'll coat it 3 coats. Hopefully this will look a little bit better than what it does. I mean, come on. First time ever. At least this looks really good. It's just down here. But we're gonna try better on that piece, so. But as always, if you like this video, be sure to give it a thumbs up. Be sure to hit that subscribe button. If you like watching me make carbon fiber pieces, which is pretty freaking cool if you ask me, I mean, hit that subscribe button because we're gonna carbon fiber this, or we're gonna finish the carbon fiber on this. We're gonna be working on the frame. There's still a lot to do. Sorry that it takes so long, but this video is over and peace. Let's go. This is looking so sick. So sick.
Whoa, clear out the room, I'm coming through. They wanna see what I'm about. Yeah, I got
Busted ass fender.